Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the BT Confidential podcast. I'm your host, Toby Miller, with my co-host, Brett
Eslinger.
So, we're going to start off today, something a little bit light, a little bit fun, get you guys ready in the mood. And that's our good boy, who's somehow still in the race, Tom
Sawyer.
Steyer, Brett.
Dude, yes.
Dude, I can't actually believe this.
My boy.
Dude,
Oh. Raise the roof.
Dude, honestly, this is really fun and cool. When I first saw this, I literally broke out laughing.
Toby wouldn't tell me what he saw until just now.
Because, I can't believe that this billionaire is just jamming out, having a good time. Like, if he ran and it wasn't like we didn't have Donald Trump before this, I think people would actually kind of like Tom Steyer.
He's people like him, apparently.
He's like a cute old man. He's not threatening.
No.
He's just a rich ass billionaire who probably has actual dark secrets and stuff that he wants to do and stuff.
You don't just get $1 billion by being a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like his policies about how he wants to, climate first and all this junk. And that's awesome. That's great. Every candidate should be about the climate. But
my favorite part about him is that every time there's a break in a Democratic debate, he just goes up to Joe Biden and rips him a new one.
I like when he went up to Joe and Warren when they were not Joe, Bernie and Warren when they were talking. He's just like, "Oh, I just wanted to say hi, Bernie." Just scurries away.
What's up, bro?
It's so good. Talking about Bernie and Biden, we got a clip here, and this is from who knows when, but
Twitter.
Well, I meant the time period.
1995.
1995.
The balanced budget amendment will be a disaster for working people, for elderly people, for low-income people. It will mean, in my view, the destruction of the Social Security system as we know it. It will mean savage cuts in Medicare, in Medicaid, in the opportunity of young people to get grants and loans to go to college.
I'm going to go on record. I'm up for re-election this year, and I'm going to remind everybody what I did at home, which is going to cost me politically. When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I meant veterans benefits. I meant every single solitary thing in the government.
Oh.
And I not only tried it once, I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
So this really shows you the difference between these two candidates. Bernie, someone who actually cares about the working people, will never take away Social Security, will never take away people's Medicare. He'll give you more. He'll give you dental and fucking
and just
hearing.
won't back down.
Yeah, and he also wants to give elderly people at home stuff that they pay for. Literally, he's the candidate for the elderly, the working people, and then
most people that live in America.
Yeah, and then Joe Biden's just I tried 4 times to slash this shit, Fuck you.
That.
It's so messed up. I honestly, I can't believe people still vote and want Biden as their pick.
I don't know. He's been dropping a lot lately, though.
And it's always with the older people. They're always oh, he's so electable, and Joe Biden, he's good for us.
It's just because they know him.
He's an old Joe, and it's yeah, he wants to take away everything you used to survive. We got a very interesting poll coming out of the RCP polling average, the Real Clear Politics. This is what I usually like to look at when I'm looking at polls because they take the average of all of them, and it's that's why it's called Real Clear Politics. It's very fucking clear.
Yeah.
So here,
even if one is completely rigged, it won't hurt the average.
So here we got Trump versus Sanders in 2020 swing states.
Damn.
And as you can see by the blue bar, Sanders is smashing him in these. Not smashing, but these are
There's a margin.
These are swing states. So even Sanders being this close is insane.
Yeah.
This is like really showing that if anyone can beat Trump, and
It's going to be Sanders.
yeah, and trust me, it's still going to be extremely hard to beat Trump unless the whole economy and coronavirus thing, which we'll get to a bit later, completely cripples him.
Yeah. He
That's-
could be completely decommissioned.
Yes. But
We'll see what happens.
if he survives that, Sanders is really looking good here. And even in other polling I've been seeing, Sanders is rising so fast among all the demographics, because as soon as people could see that he could win, and they're like, oh, that whole election argument's stupid, like, makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why would Joe Biden be more electable than Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders with
Exactly.
all the policies.
Yeah, exactly. So when they start seeing him win like 3 primaries in a row or whatever, and like South Carolina,
People just get on board.
yeah, I'm pretty sure South Carolina is like tonight, and I'll be tweeting about it. So follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the results.
We'll post the results live.
Yeah, and like all this stuff is crazy because like if he wins South Carolina, which has always been a Biden state because Biden does so well with the black community. Well, he did because of the Barack Obama. It really helped him out with that.
Boosted him.
Yeah, and that makes sense, obviously. But Bernie's been consolidating all these Latino and black voters, and he's been doing it so well through the grassroots movement. It's insane that I honestly think
Like,
we could see a Sanders win
What
tonight.
minority wouldn't benefit from having Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, exactly.
They're mostly working class Americans.
Yeah.
And that's exactly who he's going for.
Yeah, and I even had like a bit of an argument with my father about this because he was like, he's like, normal people won't vote for Bernie, and it's like, these upper middle class people can sometimes be in a bubble where they think the people I talk to wouldn't vote for Bernie. Yeah, because you're talking to other people in like the upper
Who
manageable
agree with
class.
you.
Yeah, and they have like, and they're so fearful that their 401ks and all their money's gonna go away. Guys, that's not gonna happen. Bernie's not literally gonna steal your money.
Yeah. It's not like he's going to tear down the economy and then rebuild it. Like,
No.
things are still going to happen.
Yeah, literally iPhones are still going to come out. Literally all the same products are going to be happening. It's just he's going to try to push for some reforms that, in some of his reforms, like having companies that are owned more by the people who run it, these aren't things he's going to force onto companies. These are just going to be like, oh, if you do these things, you might get incentives, tax breaks, that type of thing.
Good stuff.
Yeah, he's not a crazy person. He's not going to,
It's not that ridiculous.
Yeah. It blows my mind that people think he's like a crazy, like socialist guy. Take your guns. It's like he comes from Vermont, and his policy on guns for the longest time was, hell yeah,
you can have guns because this is a hunting state and this is what we do.
Yeah, people go out and hunt for their dinner. It's like, yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. Maybe has opinion on assault rifles and guns and getting better background checks, but I think that's most people's opinion.
But like when he gets to the bigger stage, he has the intellectual ability to realize that you need to think about it differently, and guns are a much bigger situation on a national scale.
Exactly. Like a lot of people do care deeply about this, and he obviously cares because this has been his position for a long time. So I think he's really primed here to take it if we can get him nominated. All right, this next video, I actually didn't watch this through.
Oh God.
I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be kind of angry and upset.
Are we gonna have to cut this out?
No. It's not gonna be violent. So, as you can read by the title, body camera video, 6-year-old girl cries, screams for help as Orlando police arrest her. This is like really shocking. Like,
Why though?
I guess we'll have to watch and find out because I haven't watched this.
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
The desert goes.
Okay, she's gonna have to come with us now.
Okay, Kai, we
Stand
gotta
up.
go with them, baby girl.
Stand up.
What the fuck?
Okay, come over here.
What's happening?
What are those for?
It's for you.
Your hands, okay?
They're gonna cuff her? They're gonna cuff a 6-year-old.
It's not gonna hurt.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I don't think we're gonna get an explanation from this. We should probably just stop.
Okay, we get this. This is terrible. Holy shit, what is happening?
This is wrong on all levels.
They walked into the room and she was literally listening to a story from the teacher. And why do you need to cuff a 6-year-old?
You're gonna need to come with us now.
Is the 6-year-old gonna hurt you, dude? You're like a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old man.
Ninja stars.
This is actually...
This triggers me.
This is really infuriating, and I get really upset whenever I watch like those live PD videos and we see the militarization of our police and how out of control they can get sometimes. And this just shines on it because it's like,
I need to
do
know
they have any training?
the reasoning behind it, though. Because there has to be a ridiculous amount. Punch 3 school employees? That is not...
A 6-year-old punching? That's like a 6-year-old doing like this.
Like...
Oh.
Oh...
Is this a joke, man?
A 6-year-old punches 3 employees and gets arrested by the police during school.
Arrested? Why didn't they call their parents? Be like, yeah, can we have an after-school meeting?
Yeah,
with
we
your
need to
child?
talk to you about your child. She's been really out of order during school.
This is insane. I'm so fucking like shocked. How can this happen, man? And it's
How could the employees of the school not contain this without bringing the police involved with this?
Okay, we gotta move on. This is actually really, really infuriating me. All right, we're gonna talk about James Carville. If you've seen him on MSNBC recently, he's the guy who's been freaking the F out about Bernie and how he's like a crazy, crazy person. Well, in this clip, he says the quiet bit out loud.
There's only one game we're playing here, and that is to keep Bernie Sanders below 1991.
So, if you don't understand, if he gets above 1991 delegates from the primaries and caucuses, he becomes the nominee no matter what. He's gotten the majority of delegates. There's no contested convention. And when in the contested convention, if he gets less than 1991, then the super delegates get to vote, and they pretty much get to pick the
And guess
nominee.
who it is?
And that will be, Mike Bloomberg,
Whoever's filling their pockets.
literally anyone else. They could literally just bring in a rando off the street and be like, yeah, Brian over here.
He gave me $30 million.
Yeah, he's the president. So it's kind of disgusting that we can see that these Democratic establishment ghouls, because this guy looks like he's literally 1,000 years old, are just blatantly saying what they're going to do. Like, we're trying to rig this against Bernie. We have to get him not to get to this number because then he automatically wins it under the rules. Disgusting.
We don't want the rules to
Completely
take place.
disgusting that people are trying to do this and stop our boy Bernard from winning. I can't actually believe it. And
What is James Carville's history, though? Do you know anything about him?
it's like a mixed bag of like him doing just straight up terrible campaigns that failed, and like he ran like a couple I think he did a Bill Clinton thing. He's just a hack who's been on forever.
Just saying whatever needs to be said.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything in the political arena for so many years, but MSNBC's like, we need someone to come on and bash Bernie. James. Yeah,
Let's call up James.
He's a hack, isn't he? We'll just get him on.
He
He'll
hates
work.
Bernie.
And he comes on like dressed up like he's like out to
Going
grill.
out to a baseball game or something.
It's like, bro, you're on MSNBC. Like, wear a tie.
Yeah.
All right, next clip we got is an AOC, my girl. She's so fucking great. I love her. She's gonna be talking about Trump.
They feel like he can beat Trump, and that's the main thing. That's what I think people look at.
That's not enough for me. Just somebody that can beat Trump.
I agree.
Yeah, that.
I agree. You know, obviously we have to beat Trump, but
if we beat Trump and go back to the same policies that we had before, a worse Trump is going to come. A Trump that's more sophisticated.
Bloomberg,
any other billionaire.
Yes.
Is going to come, and things could get even worse.
Would you ever take money from Bloomberg?
No. No.
Now, you
I
talked
would
about,
never take money from Bloomberg.
You talked about redlining, and they
Elected
feel like
position.
Yeah, so she nails it on the dot. If we get someone like Bloomberg, and to be honest, I like Tom Steyer. I think he's cute and fun and stuff.
But we lose.
Yeah. But, and even if they get elected, imagine Mike Bloomberg. He will be a million times worse than Trump. He's a straight up authoritarian.
An actual billionaire.
Who's insanely powerful, loves Wall Street to death, even more than Trump.
Half of Wall Street, like, trading is, like, named after Bloomberg.
He literally runs the software that they trade on. So, you know...
It's definitely not going to be rigged if he becomes president.
Yeah. The market would be totally reasonable and understandable then.
Yep. I make a lot of money. Yes, you do.
Here is a good... This is literally perfectly goes into our next... Our boy, Mike Bloomberg, almost... He really does slip up here. It's pretty bad.
All of the new Democrats that came in, put Nancy Pelosi in charge, and gave the Congress the ability to control this president, I got them. Number two...
I got them.
If you didn't hear that, we'll play it again.
I got them.
I buy.
He almost says, I bought them.
He said
when
it.
he says that he was, because that's what he did. He just gave them money to,
I bought
for the
them.
campaign to succeed. All buying them. Like, it's
I don't care if they like me. I'll buy them.
Yeah. So, again, these guys are just cracking and they're saying the quiet parts out loud when they're just like, I'm buying people. Yeah, I got the money. I got
You
the
can only
power."
lie so much before it starts squeaking out.
Yeah, like, Bloomberg, we can see you.
Yeah.
We know. Oh, and this is interesting. If you guys remember last week's debate and how terrible it was with the audience and how they were all heckling Bernie and like,
Do you want to know why?
cheering on Bloomberg, woo, billionaires. And then when Bernie's like, literacy program's good, everyone boos him. Yeah, it was strange. This is why the price for this debate, the tickets were between $1,750 and $3,200 each.
Who the hell can afford that?
What the hell type of price is that, dude? You literally have to be bought off to go there. I bet you money Bloomberg paid for the tickets for his people to go.
Oh, yeah.
100%, no question in my mind. Like, I would literally bet all my money on it.
Think about how much money CNN made, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then everyone's like, why are there no Bernie supporters there? Yeah, because they can't pay because we're the working class. We're normal fucking people. We can't afford... Who in the right man's going to pay that much money to go see a debate that you can watch on TV?
So, think about how much... shut the fuck up.
Google?
Please.
See, this is why you can't trust technology.
All right, so what I was gonna say is, think about how much money CNN made, and then think about the fact that they ran a Bloomberg ad during the debate.
Oh, that was so infuriating when we saw it.
It is so obvious that Bloomberg is buying off this channel.
He's buying off everything he can. He's like, oh, you want, like, literally everyone on the corner he sees, he's probably just like, you want $20, vote for Bloomberg.
I'll give you a ton of money. I have a ton of money.
It's so bad. I have a little bit of uplifting news. It's not uplifting for us. It's uplifting for this country, but it's very cool, and I think it's a goal that we can strive for as a country. Luxembourg become... Holy shit.
Nice country.
Luxembourg is first country to make all public transport free.
What?
This is nuts. Like, actually big brain crazy ideas. Because they want it to reduce congestion. people are gonna use public transport more if it's free. It's very convenient then, and if it's better transport and it's paid for by the
as long as
government,
it's
gonna be
upkept
better.
nicely. Like that looks like such a nice bus. Think of the city buses we see in America.
Imagine living in Luxembourg. Look at that beautiful area, and here it's like, nah. There's not a strip mall.
Dude, if I were to take the city bus, I'd be scared for my life around here, dude.
Yeah, like not a good time.
This is a completely different situation.
Yeah, I'm just really impressed when I saw this headline. I was like, wow.
They're killing it over there. As long as they don't get hit too bad by Corona.
Yeah, and they're saving people about $100 per year. It's like, yeah, why not?
Why not save $100 per year?
This is just like a good time. And like, it'll really help with congestion. This is a really big brain move. It'll help with their whole entire city. I'm impressed. Next story is a little bit weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I feel good and then I feel bad. I'll tell you why. It's a Cincinnati church wipes out $46.5 million in medical debt for 45,000 families. My first feeling is nice. That's a very nice move.
Oh, first impression, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it's a mega church. Oh, that's not as good. And then
don't start thinking about it too hard.
And then you start thinking, why are 45,000 people have $46 million in medical debt? And you go, oh yeah, our country's completely broken and messed up. So you just get more and more depressed. And you're like, oh, if we had Medicare for all, Bernard Sanders, and these beautiful plans, we wouldn't have to deal with any of this BS. Like, honestly.
This is Fox, though. They're trying to say that the church can save the families. We don't need socialism.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. And it's like, oh yeah, God can save you from your burdens and stuff. Or, our society as a collective whole could come together and help each other instead of being such
it doesn't need to be the
single-minded
church
people. Yeah. And like, you have to pray to just, like, I'm not going to say anything.
You don't have to believe in something in order to get benefits from something.
Yeah, like...
You just are a citizen and you get benefits because you're a citizen.
Yeah. And I just honestly can't look at this in a good light. Every time I read it more about it, I'm just like, ugh. I just wish they didn't have to do this. And I wish in mega churches are filthy rich for no reason. The people who run them have like private jets and they're millionaires. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're so nice. We got rid of some debt. Dude, why do you guys have so much money?
Yeah. Why?
How did you have this much money to get rid of debt? Shouldn't you guys been doing this like every week? You guys pay towards doing something. Like, you guys should be giving your money to charity.
You know how many families they took from to get those $46.5 million to give to 45,000 families?
Was this money just raised in your church? It's like...
No. You just... you took a bunch of money from people and then you gave it back.
It's annoying and weird, champ.
To just a few people.
Yeah. It blows my mind. And it's like,
and
yeah,
I'm
it's
sure...
a good deed. And I'm trying to be like, it's a good deed. It's a good deed. Now people don't have debt.
Good.
But what's going on in our country? Why does this mega church have more money than, like, I don't know, like a company? What the hell's happening?
Mega church, dude.
Here's a fun and depressing story. It's not fun at all. It's not that depressing. It's just the truth again.
Yeah.
Another we
truthful article.
We live in this world. 1 in 5 students lose money by going to university, IFS study finds. Men benefit more than women, and creative arts provide worst returns.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I actually hate. I hate when people are like, oh, why did you go to college? You just got a creative arts thing. Like, you shouldn't have wasted your time. college should be there for people who want to go and learn and do whatever they want. People should be able to go and pursue arts and do whatever they want. They should be able to pursue film, even if it fails and it doesn't work out for them, and it shouldn't bury them financially. I hate this whole, like, ooh, you should have picked something techie, and, like,
just
what if
because,
they don't like tech?
Yeah, just because you like art doesn't mean you should be in debt for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and the whole point of the original point of universities were these places where these
scholars would go.
People who would study history, the arts, and these things, and they would go
culture
there, and that's all they would do, and that would be their benefit to society. They would create art, and they create these. Now we're just like, you idiot, you can't make money off your art degree, you dummy. Why'd you go and do that?
Yeah,
and
this is such a stupid decision.
I hate it. It's like, these people should be able to do what they want.
Well, if we have Bernard.
Yeah, and free public college, people could follow their dreams more and do that. And if people get paid better wages, at least 15 an hour minimum, and then they could actually have some more free time to actually go on these paths and try to do these things. It's like, people don't understand that the next, like, Van Gogh could literally be working 3 jobs right now.
Yeah, we're just depressing him so much that we're not giving them the potential to be what they could be.
He comes home, he has 3 hours of free time before he needs
barely,
to crash.
Dude.
Yeah, maybe 2, 1. So all he does is drink a couple beers and passes out. Why the F would he be making a painting or something?
Yeah.
Or trying a new art or trying a new science or thinking...
he's been working at the CVS all day.
Yeah, why would he be thinking philosophically? It's like, we are in a rut in our society because we don't allow people to actually
do what they want to do.
All the golden ages in society were when people could just sit on their asses and think. And, like,
literally the Renaissance was amazing because people had the ability to do what they wanted to do, and they created so much during that time period.
And now we're just like, work. Oh, you only worked 40 hours this week? Maybe you should work more if you want more money. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Try harder.
Yeah, it's like, people shouldn't be only working. They gotta live. They gotta think about stuff. You want people to write books that you want to read. The next person who's gonna write, like, the next great movie, the next script.
They're out there. Yeah, they're just working some dead-end job.
Some of the greatest script writers were, like, truck drivers because they had the time to think of these stories and then, like, write them at truck stops.
Just 16 hours of driving a truck, thinking about books.
Yeah, but a lot of jobs you can't even have that freedom.
No, you don't get 16 hours.
Doing orders and, like, having to, like, do some fries and shit.
Like, at my job, I'm constantly getting updates and alerts and things are always happening. I don't have time to sit there and think about what I want to do with my life.
Create, like, a universe in your mind or something, and, like, whatever people want to do. And it's so annoying that people can't fulfill themselves to their fullest potential. And you know what? It's not going to help with that. The coronavirus. And this is the section where we apologize a little for the last 2 podcasts.
Yes, we'd like to give our sincerest apologies for downplaying the coronavirus in our previous podcasts.
Yeah, we thought maybe our coverage was a little too flimsy. We kept saying it was just like the flu and all this other stuff.
That's no longer believe that.
We've been reading more about it, and
we're more informed.
I do kind of wonder still how bad it is, because we don't know exactly how.
We get daily alerts is the thing, though. Like,
yes, I understand that. I'm just trying to say that we still don't understand the full implications. Exactly. We could still maybe get it under control. We don't know.
We don't know anything. There's no reason to panic.
Yeah. I think we just have to be cautious going forward here.
Just wash your hands, cover your mouth, do normal hygiene stuff.
Yes.
And if your local government tells you to do something, do it.
Here we have a clip of our President Trump. What we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but he's kind of just talking on the coronavirus.
There's tremendous spirit, a lot of spirit, and as you know, with the flu, on average we lose from 26,000 to 78,000 people a year, even more than that in some cases, some years. We haven't lost anybody yet, and hopefully we can keep that intact. There have been no deaths in the United States at all. A lot of that's attributable to the fact that we closed the border very early.
All right, you kind of get the gist. I'm gonna just comment on this that he's right. Yeah, no deaths yet, and we get more deaths from the flu. He's not wrong with this.
It's also lying out his ass.
But you also got to remember that this isn't the flu. It spreads extremely fast. That's the main concern we have. And the slightly higher mortality rate.
20 times the mortality rate.
Yeah, we're just not 100% sure on the mortality rate, though. Yeah, we can't be
if
like
it's
concrete.
2%,
yeah, but
then it's 20 times.
Yeah, but on the Bill and Gates Foundation, then I was saying it's like 1%. So it's like we don't really know 100% because we don't know the numbers are accurate from China, and we don't know if the numbers here are accurate even because we don't have enough tests. So that's why Bill Gates came out and said that this could be
a huge issue,
like a Spanish flu level thing, or we might have it. It's like this is really still kind of up in the air.
It's all about what we do right now.
Yeah, on the ground and contamination, and that's the biggest fear I have, especially with the language that Trump is using. As he's really downplaying it, kind of like we were in the last couple of weeks about it just being a flu. These cold-like symptoms. The flu kills more.
It's not true. He's talking about a year's worth of time. 80,000 people in a year compared to the coronavirus, which is exponentially rising in deaths.
Yeah, and
it just started a month ago.
And I think it's kind of his ploy. Okay, the Republicans and Trump specifically are going to be running their 2020 campaign mostly on the economy and how great it's been. As you probably know, the coronavirus has destroyed the economy this last week, almost hitting us like a 2008 recession type stuff.
Pretty bad.
It could be very bad for Trump because of his pretty much only thing he can run on is the economy. He's been good. He hasn't done the wall. He hasn't done like any of the policies he said.
Every time he has a press conference, he's like, economy good. I'm a good president.
Exactly. And this is where the coronavirus is like a huge threat to him. And this is why him and the Republicans are going to downplay it. Something that hasn't helped is Mike Bloomberg ran an ad saying that Trump is like not thinking about like not acting correctly on the coronavirus, and it was like a slam on Trump because how he's acting on the coronavirus. This is not good because it's true. This is true. This ad is true, but all the Republicans in Fox News are now jumping on that the Democrats are weaponizing the coronavirus against the Republicans. And this is very bad because it's going to look terrible on the Democrats, and it's not going to play well, and it's going to divide the country like half and half who think the coronavirus is completely fake.
And that's not what we need. We need to come together as a society right now.
It's just a virus, guys. This is not political, and we're making it political.
Stop making it
this
sides.
Is the biggest mistake we could do right now on like an actual virus scale.
If we all come together right now, we could contain this.
Yeah. And this won't happen when people are like, I have the corona. This shit doesn't matter. It's a cold. People on Fox News told me this is a cold. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to like a Dems lib rally now, and I'm going to spit on them or something.
Do we have that video of that person coughing on Fox News?
I don't think so.
But there was this guy they brought on Fox News that was infected with coronavirus. And they were like, so, you're doing great, huh? And he's like,
yeah,
I'm fine.
I need some of that water.
He's holding his daughter. His daughter's drinking water. Give me that water.
Give me that. I'm dying here.
Yep, everything's fine. It's just cold. Just the cough is still here.
Oh, Jesus. All right, we're going to go into more coronavirus news here. Harvard scientists, coronavirus pandemic likely will infect 40 to 70% of the world this year. I think the word we gotta look here is likely.
Yeah.
This also is all like dependent on our actions in the next coming weeks, which are not going well, I'll be honest.
Honestly, the cuts to the CDC over the past couple of years, the fact that we're downplaying, it's just not going well.
And when Trump was confronted about this in his press conference, he said, "Oh, we can just hire these people back. Like, they're just like, you know, like a person you put on the bench in your baseball team. Like, oh yeah, bring them out. Let's bring up our second bencher." No, these are people with jobs. These professionals definitely have different jobs now. They weren't just waiting around like, "Ooh, will Trump hire me back for the CDC?" No, probably working at a fucking hospital, man. What?
Yeah.
Why would they come back?
These are just health professionals.
Yeah. It's disgusting for him to be like, "Oh, we took cuts to like lean it out, but now that we're in a crisis, we'll just like flesh it up." That's not how this stuff works. We should have been weeks ago preparing with a great staff that was already prepared. They had plans in place, like, this is what we're gonna do when this happens. No, and now it's like, oh, and a bunch of new people are coming into work, and they're like, "Okay, guys, so what's the plan? How do I set up my compute? Wait, what's the log?" Like, these people aren't even working there yet. They literally have to start working there, and then they have to start working on this. It's like, you know how bad that's gonna go? Our CDC needs to be like a well-oiled machine so it can handle outbreaks, not okay, pit stop, let's grab some new guys.
It's such a CF right now.
Yeah.
And they're shaking in their boots. Every press conference, you just see the CDC guys shaking in their boots while Trump straight up lies to the people.
And it's disgusting because they can't like stand up to him because he'll just fire them.
Yeah. They want their jobs.
Yeah. And they're professionals. They do their jobs well, and it's really disappointing that we have a president who just won't let them.
Okay.
We're going to check up on the newest news. There's a CNN page here that pretty much just gives you the newest updates. We got one from 2 minutes ago. Globally,
almost 3,000 people have died
from coronavirus.
Died.
I know when we say this number, people will be like, "Yeah, but you know, that's such a small amount compared to insert this thing, insert this thing." This coronavirus just started.
Okay, let's do what is it? 79 or what's the total number of people who've gotten infected?
79, 20, 50.
79, 20, 50 divided by
2835.
2835. Oh, Jesus. I screwed it up. All right. Nice. We'll just cut that out real quick.
We'll keep it. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's not going great. And the mortality rate's going to be wrong. Whatever you calculate,
it's going to be wrong because China is not trustworthy.
And a lot of people, on a lot of cases, people probably don't even know they have it, honestly. So you can't even know.
Yeah, a lot of people just think they have the flu.
Yeah.
Because it's flu season.
Unless
you get tested.
Masks can't stop the coronavirus in the U.S. But hysteria has led to bulk buying, price gouging, and serious fear for the future. This is true. Unless you're sick or someone around you is sick, you don't need to be wearing a mask.
You don't need to be wearing a mask unless you are sick.
Make sure you're washing your hands. Don't touch your face. You shouldn't be touching your face all the time anyway, because that's how you get sick.
And if you're going to buy a mask, buy an N95 rated mask or better.
Yeah.
Because those are what stop viruses from coming in and out of your mouth.
Correcto mundo. Also, just...
Unfortunately, I'll have to shave my beard if that comes, but...
Hopefully we won't... I honestly don't think we'll get to the point when we'll have to be wearing masks.
I really hope so.
I think that's...
Because...
I'm hoping we can get past this.
Yeah. As a country, I hope we can unite.
Yeah.
And get past
all this political stuff. We're not making this a Democrat versus Republican thing. We should really just be trying to, like... It's like, who wants their grandparents to, like, not survive this?
Yeah.
That's the people who are going to get hurt the most.
That's the 20% mortality rate is your grandparents.
Yeah. It's not us. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine if you're watching this.
You're just going to spread it to everybody.
Yeah. This is why we have to come together. It's not political shit. Just, we have to get our shit together, guys.
Like, I got masks so that I wouldn't spread it to old people and accidentally kill them.
this is kind of a silly thing. Should you travel during the coronavirus? It's obviously depending on where you're going and what you're doing.
Where are you?
How
where
critical
you're
is
going?
your trip? Like,
Yeah.
Like, this is just...
So far, travel hasn't been canceled.
France cancels public gatherings. That's just a smart public safety
That is
thing.
a first community response thing.
That's something that I think we should have been doing more progressively here.
We'll see it in the next coming weeks.
Yeah. Iran's death toll rises to 43. It's not great. Italian football match postponed. So honestly, I think a lot of the gist here is that a lot of things are going to be getting postponed. We saw the game developers conference got canceled.
If you have an event coming up, it most likely is going to get canceled because of this.
Yeah, and it's probably smart because we got to contain these type of things.
And public gatherings are not smart.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just bumping into people and you're sweaty in this big conference.
Yeah, that type of stuff won't go well.
Yeah.
We got another story here about hand sanitizer. CVS and Walgreens are warning there could be a shortage of hand sanitizer. This is something that can be slightly concerning for people who use hand sanitizer a lot. But again,
I wash my hands.
You can just wash your hands. Hand sanitizer for me is a little bit too aggressive on my hands.
It like burns your hands
and dries them out.
Them out. You have to use lotion afterwards.
But this is again pointing to that thing that people are panicking.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say people are getting prepared for the worst.
Yeah, I think it's smart. They're panicking.
I think it's smart that they're stocking up on these supplies to prepare for the worst. I mean, they're going to be way better off if they have these things. And it's a shame that our country's not able to supply them.
Very true. I think now we could talk about the coronavirus's effect on the market. Here we can look at the S&P 500. This is the 5-day graph here. Starting...
Not looking good.
Starting on... we started on 334 last week. Then...
all-time highs.
Yep, during pre-market we dropped to 325. And then throughout the week, we saw the decline until where we are, 296. At the lowest, we got to about like 280.
Let's zoom in on the last hour of trading.
It doesn't matter that much, but like people, this was going into the weekend. A lot of people were confused about this huge buy right here.
There's a lot of speculation.
Well, right here we got a 500,000 tick that was from Jay Powell and his
literally
the Fed gang
boosting the stock.
It was just a bunch of the Feds and like the central banks just doing their bullshit. And then it happened here again with pretty much almost a million tick at one point.
Million volume? That is a million stocks worth almost $300.
Yeah, in a minute.
That's $30 billion.
So
that's a lot of money.
A lot got pushed into the market, and the reason was because Jay Powell, Jerome Powell, the head of the Feds,
guy,
he announced that they're most likely going to be doing rate cuts. That was all. That was the announcement. And also, there's end of the month stuff like some funds come together and they buy all their investment stuff at the end of the month, and that's just when they do it. And like also a lot of shorts would be expiring, so people are buying the underlying. So it's like a lot of reasons this could have happened. Some people are like, "Oh, it's done. Green Monday." I think this might be a fake. I think this might be a little bit of a hard thing to grasp.
Like, a hard reality.
I don't know.
Like, this isn't getting better, guys.
Okay, I think we could have a Green Monday if we don't get hit by a lot of big bad news. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the news is already bad enough that we've been having community outbreaks of this already in the U.S. and like
in California, of undocumented people just getting the virus.
Yeah, not undocumented immigrants, but
not
unknown
origins.
Yes, and we don't know. I'm just confused at how the feds are going to react. Because on Sunday, they're probably going to pull something, and I don't know what.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to try to do something when they inject like $6 trillion into the banks, and it forces them green.
Forces them.
I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to try and do something. That's for sure. Because, like, that end of day rally was strange.
Yeah. It's definitely not natural.
I'm kind of expecting us to be at, like, 280 Monday, Tuesday range. Just honestly.
280?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you think it's going to go down a lot?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to have much of a green Monday. I think we might have a green 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think we're going to start off with a good 10 to 30 minutes of green and then a massive spike down.
Yeah. Because I just don't see why people thought maybe this is over. Viruses just spread and they just get worse. And this one's spreading extremely fast.
Businesses are just starting to shut down. Manufacturing just shutting down. Now China imports are not happening.
Yeah, it's just now people are being like, oh, my order's not going to come for 2 to 3 weeks now?
Oh.
Wait, I wanted that now. Yeah, you're going to have to wait a bit.
So the panic is starting to ensue.
Yeah, and as it gets worse, we could see this slip more. I am hoping for... Okay, I honestly don't know. I was going to say I'm hoping for a recovery kind of soon in like the next couple weeks. But I don't know. We might even be slipping to a bear market soon. And a bear market's usually when you're like it's down like 30% or something from where it was.
That makes sense. Because this is a global issue. Everybody's markets are affected.
Yeah, and like for the 2008 crash, there was like a green Monday, but then it just continued to just go downwards for like 3 months.
Yeah. It
was just like a consistent just falling down.
Because people were holding their stocks, hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, and I don't want to bet on what's gonna happen because like last week we were saying it was gonna be like a
coronavirus is a cough.
Yeah, we were saying it was gonna be green all week and like we were gonna be popping off like
yeah. So let's just keep our positions to ourselves.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't have any advice. This type of stuff is kind of like, if you're betting on stuff, options, this is where you gamble. This is when volatility is huge. You can make some baggers, but dude, you're gambling hard.
You could lose everything.
Look at a good entry to buy lots of stock. When the bottom is, who knows?
Who knows when
That's
the bottom
a good question.
I wouldn't buy stock anytime soon.
No. Probably wait it out a month. And then if you start buying like, 5 to 10% increments and keep buying on the way down type of thing.
I would wait for Corona news to turn positive before buying some stocks.
That's a good point of entry, I would assume as well.
Because right now it's all negative.
Yeah. The only other thing to really look at is the VIX, the volatility S&P. Because woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, of course that shot up, homies. As volatility increases, the volatility S&P 500 index is going to increase. At one point during the day on Friday, it got to like 49. Wow. That's like crazy high.
It's insane. And then the Fed was like, 40.
So if you maybe if you want to YOLO some calls,
they might be cheap.
VIX.
Monday morning.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I think that's it. Is there any other market thing you want to look at? Bitcoin maybe? Let's see how that's doing.
Terribly.
Whoa. Is Corona hitting Bitcoin too?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know.
This is the 5-day, yeah. Oh, this is the 5-day. Whoa.
It's because China's getting hit so hard.
Yeah,
and they rely relied heavily on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And the US dollar is currently up. So
Wow, it's rough out there, guys. Be careful. Anything else?
I wanted to bring up some CDC prep info pages just in case people wanted to know more information about the disease.
Check those out in the description. We'll link those for sure. If you guys just want to check out some info or whatever. But I think that's all for this podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out the Discord, check out our Twitters, subscribe, like, comment, do all that, fun stuff. Have a good one, guys.
All right. See ya.